WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And the time right now, SPG, it is 9:27, and we are back with you for another segment of our Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. And this is the Talk to Us, a segment with Dianna, Cain, and myself, Roleza Samuel. All right. I see somebody calling, but you have to show your number before we could accept the call. All right. And you know, I just played that song with Skitty. And I just had the weirdest dream last night that Skinny gave me a plant to watch for him. And the plant was half dying. You know what? I probably need to message him and ask him if he good, right? Because I don't know what's going on with me and that. That was just a weird dream. And it's only because I played this song I remember the dream. But I don't know, like giving me a plant to look at. Anybody who know me and knows me with plants, they don't last very long.
Maybe an interpreter of dreams can interpret that one for you.
That I can't take care of plants. Let's hope it's just that alone. Yeah, I don't know. It was just one of those weird dreams. It gave me a plant to look after him. It's like one of these tall plants. But I don't know. I got a message and ask me if you're good. Let me do that. All right. You know, I'm one of those persons I don't like take dreams on in that way. It's just because I know that you tend to have like these real random dreams also just, you know, nothing. So yeah. All right, steady call. Hello, Mr. Mason. Mr. Mason. Morning. We good. We good. How about you? You're rubbing things in. We here at work, you know, having to juggle this and juggle that, but you just there lying in bed. All right. Mm. Mm. Okay, we appreciate hearing that. Yes, Mr. Mason. All right. All right. Bye. Talk to you on Monday. All right. And we have another call. Hello? Hello? Hi. Morning, Queens. Non-sexual offenses. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, what kind of comment?
No, because when I mentioned an incident that may have happened in Dianna, they were, it wasn't action, it was not common action.
Oh, okay, and that. Okay.
One time, I saw this lady walking and I said, this pants fit for them you. And she said, what about your pants? It's all the morning telling me about my pants fit for them. Get the F out of here. Now, if you want to comment like that, start to get that.
You told her that the pants look nice on her?
Yeah, I told her, pants fit for them, pants fit for them.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, I mean, did you mean it in a? Well, I suppose it's not even what you meant; is what you said and how the person interpreted it. Because she could have. You might have. I'm hoping. I'm being on the positive side here that you were trying to give her a compliment, right? And it wasn't in a sexual way. You were giving her a compliment, but you didn't mean it in a sexual way. Right. So she probably interpreted it in a sexual way, which is why she got offended or why she got annoyed.
One time I was at the McDonald's in Connecticut, and one of the male cashiers slapped the female cashier on the butt. And she said, thank you, smile, thanks. Now I think that those kind of action was very inappropriate or workplace. I used to be a student way back when, and New York City Technical College, Brooklyn, 300th Street. And one time we present our homework to the college professor, and this attractive young lady, when she was presenting her homework to the college professor on the website, she told like this, what do I have to take off all the clothes and wait till I get there, and then you laugh and say, oh, I'm kidding, I'm not that kind of guy. She smiled. So this is way back in the 90s. If you were to say something like that today, and there would be the 15 fired for saying something like that, when he's joking or not. I don't believe he was joking, but he was inspired in 2025 because the awareness, sexual, although we had the Bill plan in 1991, the Bill Clinton sexual harassment in 1992. It wasn't sexual harassment and awareness wasn't as it is in 2025 and sensitive, and the world wasn't as more sensitive as in 2025 as it is now. So I believe the media get fired for comments like that.
Okay. All right, no problem. Thanks, Waynes. Any thoughts?
No. Wait, sorry. I was trying to sort out something because somebody was saying they're having audio issues there again. No.
Okay. Something in relation to what Queen said coming down to the end, about the world becoming more sensitive. Sometimes I wonder, is it a case where the world is becoming more sensitive, or women or people are becoming more aware? And because they are more aware, are more informed, and they are more outspoken, why it is that certain things are no longer being accepted, right? Because yes, back in the day, some women, especially if there were not a lot of women working at that point in time in history, that some of them thought that in order for them to hold on to a job, that they had to accept anything, right? Especially if they were also the only breadwinner within their family, to accept anything. If they were single parent. But because a woman knows her rights now, she knows that she doesn't have to put up with this, or she doesn't have to put up being put in uncomfortable positions by her employer just to be able to keep her employment. So I'm not always sure if it's a case of the world becoming more sensitive, or if it's a case of people knowing their rights and standing up for themselves. So it's just something there, based on what Queen said coming down there to the end. All right, so we have another caller. This might be a misdial, but let's see. All right. Hi, Mr. Mason. So you think the word sensitive is more appropriate? Mm-hmm. 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 All right, so we lost that call. All right. So Mr. Mason, you can try calling back, please. All right, Paige and Mr. Mason. All right, so we have somebody else. Okay, let's take the call. Hello. All right, Mr. Mason, Paige. We were trying to sort out something, so you can try calling back, please. All right, any thoughts? Okay, so let's. What's happening there? Okay. All right, Mr. Mason.
No, we didn't get the call.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
All right, Dianna, you.
No. Somebody, let me read a comment. Somebody says you can face, and this is coming from a guy. He says you can face a charge of sexual harassment in word, thought, or deed. That's what he says. Yeah. As it relates to the issue of if it is that people are becoming more sensitive or more aware, we're definitely becoming more aware. And okay, so here's the call again. Let me try to answer. Hello, good morning.
We good. What about you? Okay. Correct. Okay. Okay. We appreciate hearing that. And all is well with you? And all is well with you? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let you know. All right. All right. You too. Thank you. All right. Okay. Bye bye. All right.
All right. I was saying, right. So as it relates to some of these issues, specifically the ones that surround women, I think what is happening is a lot of women are becoming more aware of certain things, and we've gotten a little bit braver because we seem to have a little bit more rights now, and we are now using our voices because we are now in an era where we supposedly can use our voices a little bit more. We can speak up for ourselves. So we're doing a lot more of that. But some guys do not like that because in us speaking up for ourselves and in us being brave and bold and confident and coming out and saying, you're not allowed to do anything you want to do to me anymore. We're not in those times. Some men do not like that because they love the idea of treating us like objects. And well, they still have that in their mind that we're just objects to be treated however they feel like treating us. And what's wrong with you ladies? What's the big deal with me saying this to you? What's the big deal with me doing this to you? It's just this and it's just that. And so, There lies one of the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With regards to what Mr. Mason was saying, in terms of passing a note and saying "I love you" on it, so he did it back then, and he did it. He didn't mean anything by it, right? It wasn't in, let's say, a sexual way or in a perverted way, or he was trying to groom that child, right? But you have to. Well, in this modern time, we have to understand that things like this would come under a microscope, right? You have to put it under a microscope. The reason being is that while Mr. Mason and might have been doing this in innocence, there are men, or even in his time and currently, there are men who are going to use that as a stepping stone to do something additional. All right? Because if you pass a note to a child saying "I love you," it might start off with a note saying "I love you." Then it becomes giving them sweets. Then it becomes inviting them into your home. Then it becomes touching them. And, it can go on and progress from there. So, yeah, as men, as people, you have to understand that we, as women in particular, and even children, you have to look at everything with just a little bit of speculation, right? For me, that is how I look at things, with just a little bit of speculation. There are like these two gentlemen. So one I in town and I pass a certain place, there's a guy who's always telling me he loves me, right? When I'm heading home, there's always another gentleman who tells me that he loves me. And I would say, I don't really say love you back, because boy, it might sound bad.
I don't think so, because
No, but the thing of it is that I know that they don't mean anything by it, right? Yeah. They mean it in a, I suppose, an appreciative way. But I do not look at it in any way in terms of taking offense or being annoyed. I look at it for the innocence that it is. Had it been somebody who is telling me sexual things or telling me something that I just don't want to hear, that's going to make me uncomfortable, then I would have pulled them up about it, right? But, as women, we have to sort of feel people out. We have to feel men out to understand and to know where they come from and whether or not it is from a genuine place or it's a place from where they want to do more, or, like to throw that spot to see what our response would be, to see if it's one of those situations. So, yeah. All right. So, and this is another thing as well, too, where even with parents, you have to you teach your children to talk. And by talking, I mean letting them have these conversations with you where they feel free to tell you every and anything. The child needs to be able to say, well, mommy or daddy, this gentleman gave me maybe a note, or this gentleman offered me sweets, or this gentleman offered me, told me to come into his yard to see his puppy, right? You have to be able to have these, allow your children to be able to open up and speak, so that you can pick up on things that they, in their innocence, may not pick up on. All right. So I don't want to make it sound as if there aren't good men out there. There aren't men who are just true and genuine. We know that there exists. I think I know a lot more good and decent men than I know perverted men. All right. But you can't fault us as women for just being a little bit more suspicious. And for me, I am suspicious until I know you well enough. All right. So, yes. Oh, Joshua. All right. Half a minute. Joshua, half a minute to you. Good morning. Okay, and that's it. All right. Sorry, no problem. All righty. So let's head on out and bring to you today's community dateline.